Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to join you all today at the International PEC Seminar 2022. I would also like to express my appreciation to the organizers for making this event possible, providing an opportunity for exchanging experiences on ocean governance and identifying opportunities for economic recovery and the process of rebuilding the blue economy. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, in its Environment of Peace and Security in a New Era of Risk, published last week, listed marine pollution by chemicals and plastic, ocean acidification, overfishing, temperature rise, and deoxygenation of the ocean as major threats to security. Therefore, the theme Managing Blue Economy and the seminar today are very timely and truly reflects an essential need to assert our efforts and policy advocacy to the challenges. Amidst several global challenges that pose a wider insecurity to humanity, in particular climate change, knowledge about interrelation between oceans and climate change, and as logical consequences, coordinated policy action in the area of blue economy still needs to be substantially increased. The blue economy is of vital importance to Thailand. The Royal Thai Navy estimates that by 2024, more than $20 billion or about 10% of the country's GDP, could be annually generated directly from ocean-related activities in its 320,000 square kilometers of maritime territory and along 3,200 kilometers of coastline. Nonetheless, like many economies, Thailand faces several challenges, including ocean pollution and illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Building on that, Thailand's priority is managing our blue economy more sustainably while conserving and protecting our marine and coastal environment and biodiversity. Please allow me to share Thailand's 4 priority areas as follows. First, maritime connectivity. We believe that economic prosperity requires well-established maritime infrastructure and connectivity. We should therefore strive for cooperation in port connectivity and development of smart port technology. At the same time, we must also realize net zero targets in maritime logistics business by greening shipbuilding, maritime logistics, and relevant industries. Second, we highlight the importance of offshore energy exploration and production, in particular renewable energy. We must also explore the use of offshore gas and oil field as carbon storage. Thai companies are already active in developing carbon capture, utilization, and storage technologies. These technologies are essential for absorbing a large quantity of carbon emitted from industries and households, and thus provide an effective tool for climate change mitigation. We encourage further research and development as well as international financing in this area. Third, climate-related sectors are likely to expand thematically in the future. Therefore, we must be acquainted with emerging climate-related elements in the blue economy, such as blue carbon, blue finance, and blue tax, in order to equip relevant sectors for international engagement and emerging challenges. Last but not least, we should step up cooperation in sustainable fisheries. In this regard, Thailand's experience can be useful to our partners. In 2015, depleted fish stocks, reports on IUU fisheries, and the yellow card issued by the European Commission prompted Thailand to overhaul our entire fishing industry to meet international standards. After being lifted of the yellow card in 2019, Thailand has become a recognized partner in combating IUU fishing. We continue to take comprehensive and stringent measures in tackling IUU fishing in order to maintain our IUU fishing-free status. These efforts form significant parts of Thailand's economic policy, now under the framework of the Bio, Circular, Green Economy Model, or BCG. The BCG serves as our strategy for post-COVID-19 recovery and long-term growth by accelerating our efforts to achieve the SDGs and climate ambitions. The BCG economy model integrates 3 mainstream approaches for a more holistic pathway to sustainability. The bioeconomy involves the production of renewable biological resources and bio-based materials and converting them into value-added products. The circular economy is a regenerative production-consumption system where design choices enable efficient and sustainable use of resources, eliminate waste and pollution by keeping existing materials in use and regenerating natural systems. The green economy determines to keep the economy, society, and environment in balance, leading to inclusive and sustainable development. The idea is to build a mindset that goes beyond the individual B, C, G approaches, but synergize them to comprehensively revitalize and redesign our economic systems, leveraging renewable resources and innovation and technology, so waste from one industry becomes material for another in an environmentally and economically sound manner. In the context of APEC, the BCG model became the fitting choice as a driver of Thailand's APEC host year. The Asia-Pacific region faces similar challenges as Thailand and APEC needs to do more to achieve sustainable, balanced, and inclusive recovery and post-pandemic growth. That is why the BCG economy model was chosen as the overarching concept for APEC 2022. And under the theme Open, Connect, Balance, one of the 3 pillars is dedicated to promoting sustainable and inclusive growth. To deliver a concrete deliverable, Thailand proposed a Bangkok Goals on BCG economy, a standalone leaders-level document to reaffirm APEC's commitments and actions on sustainability. The Bangkok Goals consists of goals, namely climate actions and emissions reduction, sustainable trade and investment, sustainable management of resources and conservation of the environment and biodiversity, and lastly, resource efficiency and sustainable waste management. The Bangkok Goals is designed to deliver sustainability objectives in the Putrajaya Vision 2040, the Aotearoa Plan of Action, while also complement and reinforce ongoing efforts on the SDGs and climate actions. Maritime and coastal environment are key parts of the efforts on the BCG and the Bangkok Goals in APEC. In particular, it focuses on intensifying the existing work to combat IUU fishing in the APEC region. More efforts should be channeled to detect and prevent IUU fish and fish products from entering the global supply chains, as well as to improve traceability through catch documentation or trade certification scheme. More attention should also be paid to promoting sustainable fisheries, including small-scale fisheries and aquaculture. At the same time, we also propose to continue work to combat marine debris, including plastic litter in the oceans. Efforts are also given to capacity building and technical cooperation to manage marine debris in the marine ecosystem. The BCG and the Bangkok Goals have received welcoming support from APEC member economies and permanent observers, including PAC. We have made good progress at the most recent second senior officials meeting cluster and the ministers responsible for trade meeting earlier this month. We look forward to continue cooperating closely with all stakeholders to drive this priority and key deliverable to its fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude by reiterating Thailand's commitment to working with all partners to manage and promote sustainable blue economy, including through the lens of the BCG. We look forward to more international collaboration, in particular in the areas of international governance and participation of the private sector in advancing the blue economy agenda. We wish to see the blue economy high on the global agenda in the future. We call upon multilateral cooperation and the formulation of a common definition of the blue economy to begin with, and other global norms, in particular those related to climate change, maritime resource preservation, and ocean-based business activities. At the same time, we must help the private sector adopt relevant international standards, forge partnership, and encourage them to play a greater role in financing for blue economy. If well nurtured, the blue economy will play a catalytic role in making an inclusive and sustainable development and help us recover stronger from the crisis. Thank you very much.